Hello. Oh, I was just looking to see if I'd forgotten anything. Turns out I did. Couple of things. There we go. No surprise, yeah. So I didn't get to stream yesterday because I did go do some work. So I figured, let's wait till 5 o'clock. If I don't get any calls, we'll stream. I figured out the problem with the Concorde, so now I know how to get it going. It was GSX causing the problem. Yeah. I will actually get in there and get this flight done today. It'll only be the one flight, one and done. 50 stream streak, bloody hell. 50 seems like a lot, hey? Very much appreciative of the support, Noshi. Afternoon, Luke, hello. Welcome to the team. Right, so, here we are, back at Paris. Another attempt. we should be okay this time, though. So, let's start doing some stuff, shall we? We want ground power. That we can leave off for now. Batteries 1 and 2. Remember the buttons I have set for chase plane. Sam, hello. I'm still gonna run the checklist just because I don't want to stuff anything up. Right, ground power switch, battery switch 1 and 2. CSDs are these ones. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 2, 3, 4. On and guard. Oh yeah, forget about the flights. Oh yeah, I'll switch over there. Yeah, don't worry about those flights. They're not the ones we're doing. We're just doing that Concorde flight from the other day because I worked out. I spent some time on Wednesday after the stream, after I'd calmed down. I spent some time figuring out how it works. GSX was the problem, but I know how to get it going now. Landing gears down and parking brake is on. That's fine. Transponder should be on standby. Is on standby. Is good. Blue and green inverters are both on. By default, apparently. Anti-stall systems on. Stab and fill switches. Those. Engine probe heaters. On and on. UNH altimeters are now set. I'm just B to do that. Nav radios. Right. 1124 is our first nav aid. 2, 4 them, which we are on a heading of was 270 to get to that. So we need course 270. Both sides. 270, lovely. Nav radio is done. Ground hydraulics check. We're on yellow, yellow. It's on that by default. Yellow, yellow. Ground hydraulic switches are both off. Fuel heaters, we go to auto. 1, 2, 3, 4. Secondary air doors to auto. 4, FMC, INS. Get in and do that. by turning this to the nav switch first. Alright, position is still correct. That is our current position. Waypoint. We want number 1. Now I get to do the fun job of reinserting all of these. Again. Right, so our first one is Etrat. Insert north. 4941. 9410. And east. 00009. 8. That. 2. Anglo. North. 4955. 7. 557. Insert west. 273. Number 3. Working on a Gulfstream. Looks like it's now going to be released as a freeware project very soon. Finally, Gulfstream in Sims. Surprising, yeah, because that's what Gulfstream were doing. They were suing people that were trying to sell their likeness of their aircraft. North 5. All the zeros. And west 2003. 4 Lizard. North 49354. West 4198. 5 North 49004. West 7129. 6 45. All the zeros. West 13250. 325. 7. Loophole. All the zeros. West 15050. 8 is Lindsay. North 39 rows. West 2. Where is it? So it should be rows and insert. And 9 Ocas. Insert north. 37140. West 23219. Lovely. On X-Plane, they've got away with somehow I think not explicit Gulfstream set. Yeah, probably. Cool. So we should have. That's our starting point. 490 is close enough. 2328. Yep. Fine. 1 4901. No, that's Navade. 49410 0098. Yes. 49557 000273 west. Yes. 3 is 5000 020203. Yes. 4 1935 4 4198 west. Lovely. As long as we've got the north and the west in there, it's fine. 04 07129 west. Yes. 6 5 0 013250 west. Nice. Loophole 42 000 015050. Same with most private jet. I know because I'm working on one. Most brands will force sales to stop using the brand. Can't use any of their logos. Nothing in the sale. We've named ours GL750. Will save us paying the one. Yeah. 8. What was I up to? On Lindsay. 39000 and 02000. Lovely. And last one, 3714002.321.9. Cool. All of that's in there. That's basically the whole route. So we don't have to worry about anything else there. Seatbelt signs. Yep, forgot about them. Seatbelt, no smoking. Fuel and aircraft weight, we're going to do that. Chuck the nav lights on as well while we're at it. Throttles are at idle. Takeoff monitor, we'll come back to that. Alright, let's do fuel. I'm going to see if I can load this manually. Easier to just do that. Bing, bing, bing. Alright, disconnect the GPU before engine start. I figured it out, Louis. I know how to do it. So, GSX has a setting for the aircraft to start an engine before pushback. So we get GSX connected, we start the engine, and we do not remove the parking brake, because releasing the parking brake releases the ground power. We do not release the ground power until the engine started and we're on the engine gen. Then we can push back. So we'll see how it goes, but I think that's correct. Right, let's start with tanks 5A and 7A. 5A is this one. We want 2250 in there. And 7A, we want 2250 in there. 5 is empty, 7 is empty, 6 and 8 we want 6400. In each of those. 9 we want 7590. 9 7590. 10 we want 4050. And 11 we want 6030. And that should equal not enough. Where do we put the rest? What's empty? The feed tanks. And the main transfers. Right, so we've got 35, we need 53. So what are we, 18 down? Okay, and this thing's missing fuel tanks. Diagram. There. So 5 and 7. 5 and 7 should probably also have the same that 6 and 8 have. Oh, that tanks 1 and 4 to full. 1, 2, 3, and 4 have to be full. Okay, so that's 52. Okay. And 5A and 7A apparently also should be full. Yes. Okay, so why am I still down 400 kilos? Okay, so it doesn't have to. Okay, cool. So 6 and 8 feed into. Okay, so 5 and 7 can be empty. That's fine. But I still need. Actually, I don't, because. Okay, we're good. We're good, we're good. It's gonna shift the balance, though. I want to fill the rest of the plane up with passengers. it throws the max so far out. What the hell? Sense. Right. Oh, what did I just switch? Apparently I switched the ground power off at some point too. Right, so have we got the right amounts? Should have 52, 6-ish. Not quite. There we go. 5686. Lovely. I think the fuel in the front needs to go to the back though. Pretty bad echo there, Zaid. Alright, fuel and aircraft weight's done. Takeoff monitor. Takeoff monitor is supposedly this. But I don't see it actually doing anything. It's supposed to light up something in green. Anyway. Fuel panel. Right. I need to shift fuel. Because we need the CG to come rear. What can we get? 12,000? Let's see if we can get 12 in the back and what that does. Start with 10. Inlets. Open, please. And we need the pumps from 9. Alright, so that's moving fuel back. So if that should give us a rear CG. But we need it to come back to like 50 something. So the rear tank needs to be full almost. The balance is off. I don't know why. It's like it's in the performance. It's like it doesn't have this diagram set up properly. All the weight is at the front, not spread through the aircraft. And I don't think you can move these. Like, there's no... We'll see. I'll move the fuel back and we'll see how we go. I don't know that I'm going to get to 52. Currently at 25. We're going to have to move almost everything back. Oh, 10,000 only puts us on 25. I move fuel into 10. Only move them to 11. How can't I increase that? that as high as that goes? Overfill it. Oh. I move fuel into 10. I should be able to. Yeah, it's not. Nah, because I knew it wasn't the plane. I don't think there's anything else I can do. I can't move more fuel, apparently. Even though this has a higher fuel capacity than 10,000. Well, I mean, it looks like we're going to be departing with, we're going to be departing, nose heavy. Which might not be an issue once we start burning fuel. Very strange that it's not balancing the aircraft properly. Fuel tank 9, 10 for lower CG, 11 for higher CG. Well, we've filled up 11. So, these are the feed tanks. 1, 2, 3, and 4. These are the wing tanks. And they're the auxiliary tanks, and these are the trim tanks. 9, 10, and 11. But I don't seem to be able to push anything more than 10,500 to the rear. Okay, well, tanks 1 and 2 switch, tank 1 and 4 switch to norm is crossfeed valves 1, 2, 3, and 4. Engine feed pumps are all on. Main transfer pumps all on. Main tank crossfeed valves open. That one. Tanks 5 and 7 pumps if fuel is present. They are, and they are. 9 and 10. Selector above fuel level in tank 9 and 10. So we should have 3,080, so let's call it 7,100-ish. Tank level selector above fuel level in tank 11, which it is 10,600. Fuel transfer inlet valves on auto. Those are auto. Inlet trim indicators. Tank pumps all and then it says low pressure lights all lit, but they just went out as you flick those switches. Oh. Give us suppose we can take 10 start and 250 on there. Throttle can be armed. Flight directors can go on. Flight director pitch offset. I'm not even sure what this does. Oh, it moves that. Okay. So it wants this up at 20 degrees. 20%. Up there. Savas, hello. Autopilot altitude is on. Engine start. We're up to engine start. Right. Bear with me. I'm hoping it behaves. So we request pushback. We go back over here. You want to start an engine before pushback? Yes. We then go the EPU switch, EBU, EPU. Let GSX come and do its thing. I'll pause the music. Beacon light on.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
And fuck it up. Fingers crossed.
Departure checks completed. Bypass pas incertain.
And even though it's supposed to be using a tow bar, it brings that. Even if it does not work the way that I want it to, I know a workaround. So either way, we will get moving this time. We want to go facing east. Cool. The GSX has connected. It has raised the aircraft. Whoops, wrong switch. Apparently they're already on. Those ones are on.
Release parking brakes.
We will not be releasing the parking brakes until I'm ready. Control E. No. I don't have that bound. Alright. Now. Because when I release the parking brake, it's going to remove the ground power that doesn't actually exist. What I should have to do is put Gen 3 on. And we shouldn't lose power. So let's find out.
Start and push. On engine clear. Start at wheel.
Ground power's out. We still have power. Good. There we go. Lovely. Number 2, please. Hmm? This is the part that I'm not sure of. That's the... Crossbleed part is what I'm not sure of. Clearly not starting. It will start once we stop. Because I'll be able to put that back on. But it should start with the ground power and the crossbleed. Huh? Ah. Okay, there we go.
Faites partie du break. Docking.
So don't put the air on.
Notre disconnected. Bypass power. Left is
Cool.
clear. Right is clear.
That's number 2. 1. I love that noise. That's not part of the plane either. That's that enhancement mod. I think the takeoff monitor, that might be this. I thought it was these though. And number 4. That's loud. Don't know what to do today. Have a rest day, Josh, and chill and relax and watch the stream. That's all you should be doing. Cool, that's the 4 starter switches out. Let's go back over here. The EPU switch is this one that can go back to off and guarded. Packs are those, that's why the engines weren't cross-bleeding. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Flight controls. No, because we haven't got the hydraulics. Bong. Right. Still no hydraulics? Nope. hydraulics? Pressure. Lights out, lights out. We have hydraulics now. Yes, we do. Up, down, left, right, right of right, right of left. Oh, man on that have been asleep in my chair. Yeah, we have all done that. Flight control's good. Trim, well... Ready? Get a little ding bell. Anti-ice is required. Hydraulics, electrics within limits. And pushback we're done. Pushback complete. Taxi. Yep, got that. Parking brake, we'll leave that for now. Max turn speed is 10 knots. Is fine. But nose and visor down to 5 degrees, please. Up till 6 AM resetting your PC. Damn. Is that 5? No, that's just the visor. One more. Down to 5. There we go. Taxi lights. Which ones are the taxi lights? That one. They're all landing lights. This is landing taxi. I think that's right. That's the light switches, and that's the extender. Back up and running, then it had to be up at 10 AM, so safe to say MG's. Yeah, that sounds fun. CG movement, we've got no movement in the CG. We're a little bit out of limits, but coming. I can't really do anything about it though. Engine climb rating, we need, there's that switch again. I think that's on the overhead panel, isn't it? Yeah, yes. Hang on, are they? Fine, they're on fine. Intakes, all set. I'm not entirely sure what they have to be on, because it doesn't say, it just says all set. That's flyover, and one limiter. Wait, is that one? Come on. Fuel consumed indicators checked and flying. I'm sure they are. Famous last words. It's probably fine. Anti-skid. Don't know if it's on. It doesn't say. I'm assuming it is. Low pressure light goes on and off depending on which test you're running. This picture. FMC is done and DI systems as required. I missed. Parking brake. Okay, cool. That's done. We will come back to that. Ew. That. Don't like it. Cool. Lights. How do we turn this off? That. Control and panel lights. They, but dimmed. And I don't know where the lights are for the engineer's panel. These? No? No? Don't know. Maybe on the other side. Oh. I don't know where the lights are for the engineer panel. Oh, there. This is still very bright. Turn that down a bit more. on me. Anyway, the sun will come up anyway, so it'll be fine. Right, I need a taxi chart. Go, we're gonna take a left, right there. And then another, sorry, a right and then a left. Come on. I know you need a lot of power to start moving, but we need to start moving. Raining in Paris, yep. Very sluggish. Needs a lot of power to start moving. We don't have enough fuel to go back and get your wallet, Louis. Sorry. Kind of shit out of luck. Nice. Probably because of those. I don't know if Romeo 1. I don't know if I would go from Romeo 1 or if Tango 12 is enough. Tango 12 might be enough. With that. Number 11 is full. Can't get that French song out of your head. Which one? One from the start of the stream. Well, it has to be one of the shittest airports to taxi around. It's just so big. And I'm always worried. The TikTok song? No idea which one you about. I'm always worried that I'm going to be using too much fuel just by taxiing. Like, we're down to 51,000. Just from engine start and taxi. Because we're sitting at like 70, what's that, 76? 76% on the N2. Oh, it's only 41 on the N1. Looking at the wrong thing, that's why. Oh, you chewing through fuel though. It's about 50 kilos each engine so far. There's the N2. It's got me. Almost got me, Louis. That was a good one. That was a very good one. Right, Tango 9. We gotta basically go all the way to the end before Romeo 1. There. What even is that? Range livery. Right, Tango 11. We want next one, Tango 12. It'll be good when we get a proper De Gaulle scenery because this sucks. of speed in the turn. True. Alright, main landing lights, get all them on. Taxi and turn lights. Strobe lights. Once I get onto the runway, I'll arm the reheats. That's a pretty cool shot. Right. Reheats. IS acquire. Oh, no, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. I'm not ready yet. I don't... Is that how we... No, we throw the throttles forward. We don't press IS acquire. Alright. Ready? God, that's loud. As they say in Concorde, 3, 2, 1, now. Come on, man. We are glued to the ground. The only thing I can think is the CG. That's the only thing I can think. It's too far forward. Where the fuck are we? I don't actually know. Okay, that's the... Right. Nothing to see here, guys. Where is... runway? I'm not starting again. I'm gonna load the aircraft with the proper fuel again. Because what did we have? We had 50,000, right? As we went onto the runway. So I'm gonna load this fuel, which gives us the correct trim. Lucy's disappeared. It doesn't give us the correct trim, but we're going to... that's better than what we had. At least this will give us, good takeoff. We have nothing in the trim tanks, which is not right. That's why I wanted to load the aircraft myself, because this doesn't load it correctly. So we needed 5A and 7A to be full. That's this and this. Right? Full, full. 1 through 4 also needed to be full. And then the rest of the fuel needed to be spread between the other tanks. So, it wanted 5 and 7 empty. Which is this and this. So that's 11,000 that needs to be moved, which should be split between these two. So if we put 6 in 10 and 5 in 9, that gives us a perfect Mach to take off. 53. Perfect. So this doesn't load the fuel properly. Right, so this has to now have a... has to have 11. Because it has to be above what it's got in the tank. And this also has to be above what it's got in the tank. But I think this we set to 5. Cool. So now we're back here. What's the registration on this thing? BVF. Shall we try again? Right. Reheats are all armed. Hydrate. Thank you. Let's go back to that beautiful afterburner shot again. Oh, hang on. Before I do that, let's get the trim back down. There we go. If it doesn't work this time, I'm done, right? Not only with this flight, but this plane, because it's just a meme at this point, isn't it? Sorry. Try again. Ready? If you've been at this time, yeah. Such a cool shot. Alright, so we're looking for 170 for rotate-ish. that noise keeps up throughout the whole flight. I don't know if that's actually holding the speed or what it's doing. I mean, it's not letting me pull the throttles back like it is, but it's not actually doing that. Also, it doesn't appear to be finding the windshield did ISO. Yeah. It also doesn't appear to be finding that nav waypoint that we need. Guys, it's cleared up now. It's not finding the, it is true, 1124. Plus it wants the VOR course as well. Got the correct, yeah, 1124. Climbing like a rocket. Doing really well. Yeah, I've got her on heading because it's not tracking the nav source. Yeah, I don't know. And that's already 30,000. That's tracking the INS now. I had a problem departing Paris last time I tried to fly Concorde out of here too. It just did not want to follow the INS, but that may have been my fault too. Also, thanks to Zaid for being so supportive, pissing himself laughing in my ear when that happened on takeoff. Alright, it's definitely tracking the INS now. Unfortunately, we have a little bit of time before we actually go supersonic, because we have to get out into the channel and past Guernsey. I'm sorry, did that say Mark 1? That I don't want. Not yet. Bring that back. Otherwise we're going to piss off a lot of people. They're open. We want to be shoving fuel back. It's supposed to auto balance this, but I don't think it does. Don't pull the cable stuff. Been over 20 minutes. Yeah, it sounds fun. Sick flip though. Morning. Just when I think everything's going really well, something comes along and is like, nope. Right, we should be looking for a 2 to 3 here. That's saying 28 miles. Actually, how do I not do that? Oh shit. Oh shit. No, no, no. No, I fucked up. Go that way. 555. I don't know. So I think, have we ever gone to... No, I haven't. That's, right. That's my bad. I stuffed that up. This is what happened last time. It still says that the first waypoint was 20-something miles past where it actually was. That's right. If we stay in that and we go waypoint change 2 to 3. That's still not right because that's now saying 64 miles. Is it 64 or 6.4? No, 64. 63. This is the exact problem I had out of Paris last time. The distances were all wrong. We should have Ortac. Five, yeah, and 20 west. So that should be correct. North, west. Navigraph's giving me the coordinates for that. North 49, 59, 57. Which is basically correct. And 02018 0. 02018. Let me see. North. All fives. And then west. 002 01. No, that's too many zeros. It should be 002. Like that. I don't think that's right either. It should be 180. 002 180. That's what it should be. That's showing 49 miles. That might be right now. I think that's right now. So the numbers that SimBrief is giving me wrong. 002 00.3. When Navigraph tells me that the waypoint's 002 degrees 18 west. Well, it kind of makes me think I need to check the rest of them now too. They're like so slightly off. Once we pass this next waypoint, as long as we don't have any issue with conditions, why did it do 5,000? It did too much. It's supposed to be 2.5. I gotta push fuel forward again. Concord. Oh, not quite. It'd probably work better if it was FS Labs, but it's not. Yeah, okay, so 2,500 was too much. Alright, we're back in trim now. Go. Hopefully we see a switch from, can I get rid of this? Yes, good. It's in the way. Hopefully we see a switch from 3 to 4. 3 is what we're on now. We should see a switch from 3 to 4. If you flew the ND11 you wouldn't have this shit. Yes, true. Still saying 16 miles though. I don't think it's that far. It's really like all the positions are wrong. I should have taken the positions from Navigraph. Or I just entered them wrong. Well, no, I didn't. I entered them exactly what they said on here, which is from SimBrief. But I'm just looking at the numbers, like ORTAC, right? ORTAC, let's look at Lizard. 49354, Navigraph tells me 49352. And West 4198, it says 4195. And considering SimBrief is now also Navigraph, how is there a difference? Bluebird video soon? Yeah, sure. Considering DFW is not far, I don't see L1011 being that far behind. Would be nice. 2. 3 to 4. Cool. So it's flying past the waypoint. Whatever. Alright, we are going to start climbing for supersonic. We're going to try and go up to 56, see how we go. Reheat's on at 9.5. We're at 9.8. Full power. And now we just watch the mark climb. Max climb, but it goes into a descent. Supposed to be max climb, but instead of max climb, it's descending to gain the speed. Come on. Need to climb. This is not climbing. Max climb puts the nose down. No. I've never had so many problems with this plane. Sorry, let me catch up on chat. Trump strikes again, hereby decertifying Bombard. Yeah, I saw that. Possibly, but the enhancement, the guy generally updates the enhancement when there's a new version of the plane. max climb, it shouldn't be pushing the nose down to gain speed. Bothering me a bit because it's not working the way that it should, and we're just chewing through fuel. Oh man, come on Concorde. We need to speed it up. Mark 1.4 is not enough. So we're battling winds, but surely 40 knots at this altitude. I'm curious to see what Boom do with the Overture. Starting to gain speed faster now. Was it just the 40 knot headwind? Were we really being affected that much by headwind? Man, I can't wait to live as Labs Concorde. I enjoy flying Concorde, but some of the quirks of this thing kind of annoying. Yeah, like 2 years ago. Almost 3 years ago. So far, though, all we got was this one screenshot when they released the Concorde in 2020 in E3D. So we got a shot of it in MFS, and that's it. I don't think I'm going to try and climb any higher. I think we'll just stay at 50. I don't think it's going to get there. 2, so 3, 7, 5, we turn off the reheats. out of trim now. Maybe following checklist never gets anywhere. Aaron, hello. Alright, we're back in. Cool. How's that speed going? 187. We can get it up to 197, and then I'll put Mac hold on. Wait, yeah, I wonder why. Atlanta says the flight is late. Popping a bit of wind, but look at it. Oh yeah. Just a hint of a crosswind there. I don't think that we're going to be getting to Mark II. The way that the speed and the turbulence is going. A little bit wobbly. Didn't always happen. That's why BA Air Concorde. That's why these screens would go, as soon as they hit 197, it would go to Mach 2. I don't know if Air France did the same. Real time or sim time? Real time. Holy Louis. You don't understand Volanta? Why is that? Being late? Well, probably because the times that I had were from the other day when I planned the flight. And then we also, yeah, we had 2 takeoffs. Were you here, Nosh? So we didn't have a great first takeoff, so we are a little bit late. I'm gonna finally turn the sound off and put some music on for a little bit. Because we have got a little while before we get there, so we got 800 miles remaining. We'll start the descent about 200 miles, so in about 6. And it's saying we've got about 43 minutes. We're still somewhat gaining speed. Our trim is still just within limits. If I was flying ever again, I applaud your patience. Yeah, I will still fly it because I enjoy flying Concorde. Like all of the, especially the fuel balancing, the CG, keeping CG in limits. I love doing that. I think that's, if this had a shared cockpit, I would want to do the engineering panel rather than the flying because I think it's just much more interesting. So I will fly it again, but I'm wondering if maybe next time I'll, like, the thing is, I don't want to fly it without that enhancement because it does make it better. But it may also be causing some issues. I really don't think we're going to be making it to 197 after the city. Well, that just shows, it just goes to show the fuel, when you load the fuel through Planner, it doesn't load it properly. So the way that I was doing it, and this is what I did when I slewed back to the runway, right? I've got this very, very simple fuel calculator. The flight's only 1,500 miles. I put in an extra 350 miles for extra fuel. So loading 53,000 kilos. And it tells you where to put the fuel. So 5A and 7A need to be full. So do 1 and 1 to 4. They all need to be full. So 6 tanks need to be full. This is telling 5 and 7, which bring the fuel thing over. 5 and 7 are these two. It's saying that those two needed to be empty, but 8 and 6 had 6,400 each in it. So that it should be balanced that way. And then 9, 10, and 11 are the trim tanks. It's not. It loaded nothing in the trim tanks. The sim loaded everything in 1 through 7 and 8. More tanks than brain cells. But that's the thing that's really like interesting to me. The way that all of that works. Like, so 9 and 10, the trim tanks. 9 and 10 at the front, 11 in the tail. These three, 1, 2, 3, and 4 are the feed tanks. So they need to be full at the start. And all the 1, 2, 3, and 4, these red ones feed, these are the engines, sorry. 1, 2, 3, and 4, the red ones are the feed tanks. Each of those feed directly into the engines. Throughout the flight, you're moving fuel from 9 and 10 to 11, or 11 to 9 and 10 to balance the CG. And then everything else burns from the blue tanks. So 5A and 7A push into 7 and 5. And then those push into the feed tanks, 1, 2, 3, and 4. That's the thing, like, it's so, the fuel system in this plane is so interesting. That's what I really like. But the sim doesn't load it properly. So when I went back, it slewed back to the start of the runway, I loaded it based on what this said. And suddenly the CG is in limits. But if you put passengers in, it throws it straight out. So you can't even have passengers on these flights. The plane's empty except for fuel. Where auto button? Well, for that too. I mean, that a position change. So this switch, norm and aft trim, this switch here, supposedly the way that DC has done the thing so that you don't have to manage the CG yourself, this is supposed to auto trim the aircraft to keep the CG in limits. It's supposed to automatically move the fuel from between 9, 10, 11, but it doesn't. It never did. That's why I learned how to do it. Even now, we're really sort of pushing the limits at the back there. I should move more back to the front. That might actually help with our speed too while we're at it. Having the nose a little bit lower. Give me 2 seconds. Be right back. Yeah, I don't think we're going to be getting to much higher than that. That's okay. Concord really been struggle street for me, hasn't it? Couldn't get it. Couldn't even get it started on Wednesday, and crashed it today. And hopefully the rest of the flight goes without a hitch, eh? I just won't fill this. Right. We are between 6 and 7. Shit. That was unintentional. But I'm not gonna hear the end of that. Oh man. Alright, so we've got waypoints up to 9, I believe. Oh man. Alright, north 36, 46, 6. I think that's right. And west 24, 36. Alright, should be 24. 4, 3, 6 west. Alright, so that should be our last. I know, because I realized as I said it, I was like, oh, fuck. That should be our last one. Then we can go Dead Reckoning and intercept Hopefully there's a localizer, at least. Oh, there's only a localizer on 1.8. Ooh, okay. What's the wind? 270 at 9. One knot. Alright, I gotta change that waypoint then. 916. 791. 512. 51. Seven at the moment. How's the speed going? 195. Alright. Yeah, we're not getting any higher than that. That's all it's going to give us by the look of it. Cool. And then I want the ILS, which is 1103, course 178. 3. Zero 03, and can't change that. How are we doing? Well, we're more than halfway, so how long have we been streaming? Hour and 27. How long have we been in the air? About an hour and 12 minutes ago. Or we do something different for Concorde, not just fly to American East Coast again. Let's go to the Azores. Apparently they used to go, it was Paris to Santa Maria, and then onward to, I think it was Dulles. Maybe not actually. Oh, Caracas. So maybe next time I get bored and want to fly Concorde again, we'll go from La Paz. I keep calling it La Paz because of that. Santa Maria to Caracas. Our trim has gone forward again. Okay, still within limits. I'm pretty sure these doors are supposed to be closed. Right, 15 minutes to Lindsay. Probably another 10 after that to Docus. So we're probably about, yeah, about half an hour. actually pretty spot on, 59.5. And where is that? They should have all been on cruise. That's my bad. Mark II if possible. Well, it doesn't seem like it's possible. And nose temperature. It's only 120. We got 6 degrees to play with. Alright, so this will be next. 175 miles from the airport. What a struggle it's been to get this thing flying today. There's an A350, a guy in Vatsim, an A350 departed Paris 3 hours ago. We're just passing him. He's heading down to going. Guadeloupe. Got 6.5 hours to go. We've been in the air an hour and 17 minutes. I love these decals floating on top of the wing. Or I'll stream. It's been a shit week for the, like. I had problems on Monday with that Heathrow to Shannon flight. I had problems on Wednesday with Concorde. The only stream that went okay was Tuesday, which was just Rollercoaster Tycoon because it was easy. But the flight sim streams this week have been bad. I reckon I got to set up a replay for this flight, eh? We'll have to do a replay, especially with Chase Plane. It has jumped up a little bit. $122 on the nose, so we're still okay for the heat. Hey, look at that. We made it to Mach 2. Super Nyum. 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 We can get it to 202, then I'll put the auto throttle on. Let it Mach hold. How's that wind going? 96 knots. This is such a clever invention, the INS. That's the other reason I keep flying this, practice with this. Now, it's not the best INS, but still, it functions pretty much like an INS, so... We've got 3 more knots that we can play with, 3 more degrees that we can play with on the nose. 202, there we go. Alright. And then it straight away slows down. Come on, we want to stay at whatever the Mach we were at. Why would you slow down? So I don't know how to get rid of that. Got a thing there, but doesn't look like it does anything. Continue on to somewhere. Yeah, they went to Caracas, Venezuela. So I was saying if I ever get bored and want to do another Concorde flight, we'll do that from Santa Maria. Caracas. Fuel auto transfer. For the correct operation of the fuel auto transfer is required to set inlet and override valves 5, 7, 9, and 11 in auto. That's these. Auto. 5, 7. 5 and 7 are these two. Inlet valves to auto. And 9 and 11. 9 is on auto, 11 on auto. And then pumps 9, 10, and 11 in auto. So supposedly, this should auto trim when you have this in okay. Where's the fun in that though? I'd rather do it myself. Alright, 17 miles to go from 8 to 9. $280, so we're about 100 miles from top of descent. Roughly. You put into max cruise and it starts descending. Come on, man. Not that difficult. Right, what's our weight at? Aircraft weight 104, 450, total fuel remaining 18 and a half ish. Oh, I can't read that. Fiddling with the INS and the SimCheck A300 in FSX, those are the times. Yeah, just. Yeah. Could ask a lot about Just Flight, eh? Right, where did that card go? Speed. Right, so what are we at the moment? 104. 104 saying a landing rate of 100, a landing VREF of 157. How light are we going to be when we get there? $727 would be another good aircraft to play with the INS. Should do that. So that one actually has drift. So you have to update the position. This is... Be right back. All right, we're about 202. Almost time for top of descent. If I change this, is it going to come off alt hold? No. Right. What is our altitude? 2000. I feel like 175 is too. Plans for Monday, maybe regional day. RJ for CRJ. Yeah, I haven't really felt like flying the CRJ lately, but we'll see. I might have a flight or two in. Yeah, we should probably do some regionals. I think I descend at 175 into New York last summer, and we just sat at like 10,000 feet for 40 miles or something. Might wait until we're about 100 and... We'll do 160 miles, so in about 20 miles time. Do 160 miles and see how we go. We're only at 58,000 anyway. If we're at 60, it might have needed once. It's moving so fast that the sound of the sonic boom disappears before the camera can, like, it just... Gone. Gone. Right. What are we looking at? So, supersonic descent. Distance, yeah, okay, we're past that. Fuel, altimeter, set, cross-check, yeah, that's fine. Engine, recirc valves. Wants them all open. Fuel transfer forward. Engine rating is, we go back into climb up here. Pressurization check, IS select 250. And Altiquire. Plane, would you like to descend? Guess not. Come on. Go down. Ever flown the ATR on stream? I did once and I hated it. Why does it not want to descend? Nothing. Right. Going into vert speed then. It is possible to use in-flight reverse on Concorde, but I think it's only on 2 and 3, and I don't have the throttle split, so I don't know if I'd be able to do it. But when I press the spoiler button, it starts rumbling, so maybe that's what that is. Oh. I'm gonna stop that so I can put the sound back on. Landing. Where's the trim gone? So the auto transfer doesn't really work. chasing that sunrise, eh? Right, so 101, 680, we're going to call it 101. Which gives us a VREF 155. Off the end of the runway. Wow. Like I said, thanks for the support, Zane. Bloody hell. That doesn't work the way I thought it would. Never mind. Where was your support last night? For what? In Tegucigalpa? I was supportive. I said, when are you going to land this plane? That's supportive, right? Did my engines just shut down? Yes. Why? Oh dear. Really? Why? Anyone know what is the command for usually Control E? What's it called? Start? What was it? It's not going to work because there's no power. Can't do ground power in the air. But even if there was, you would assume that that would be with some other engines still running. The feed tanks are empty. All right, Aaron, have a good one. Why were the feed tanks empty? these for? They should be getting fuel. Oh. This is why it's a 3-man aircraft. Oh, fuck off, GSX. What a disaster. Those two switches were not on the checklist. That's the problem. So 7A and 5A should have been feeding into the engine feed tanks. It didn't. We ran out of fuel in those tanks. The engine shut down. Well, we're currently down one engine. Number 2 doesn't want to come back by the look of it. Another relight, but don't like our chances. No, it looks like it's coming back now. This issue now, the engine's dying, is my own fault. I wasn't paying attention to the fuel. That's my fault. I should have been checking the fuel levels in each of those fuel tanks. Anyone see a runway? Because I certainly don't. Oh, for fuck's sake, man. It's really just not my day, hey? I think I just give up. Can't even slew. What the fuck? Alright, guys. Yeah, I tried. I'm not happy. I'm not happy. Hang on.